the #1 sports handicapper in the game. This is Ryan's Lead Pipe Locks. Let's go make some money.
Because Monday night, you went into my dressing room, grabbed my pipe, and hit me straight between the eyes.
Ryan here for Silly Reviews, and as we always do it, it's time for Ryan's Lead Pipe Locks of the Week, NFL season 2018-2019, Week 15. If you guys have been following me for the past decade with my weekly lead pipe locks in the NFL, you know I'm always putting in the effort, putting in the time, working in the lab, working on the algorithms, the computer computations to give you guys the best picks of the week. And I've got some lead pipe locks. How many lead pipe locks? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's stop wasting time. Let's go ahead. We have an interesting week of football this week. Week 15 NFL. We've got games on Thursday. We've got games on Saturday. We've got games on Sunday. And we've got your Monday night. Very exciting week. Okay. First one, it's going to be the game tonight. This is a Thursday night matchup against two teams doing really, really well this year. LA Chargers against your Kansas City Chiefs. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Kansas City at home, 3.5-point favorites at the moment. I think that line can move just a little bit because I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, first game of the week, first lead pipe lock of the week. Kansas City, take them -3.5. If the line moves, take them up to -5. They're still going to get it. That's a lead pipe lock, and I'll tell you one reason why. We're going to go ahead and look at the Chargers roster right here. We're going to scroll a little bit. I'm going to show you the magic name in this game. It's Phillip Rivers. I hate this guy. He's a loudmouth. He's a crybaby. I've said this before in other videos. I don't like him. I think he's a fake, religious loudmouth guy who whines and cries when things don't go his way. Phillip Rivers probably going to throw for -82 yards this game, 2 fumbles, 8 interceptions. Don't put him on your fantasy team. Don't bet on the Chargers tonight. Ryan for Silly Reviews, lead pipe lock. Kansas City, take them minus the points over the Chargers. Moving on to game 2, that's going to be a Saturday game. Saturday in the afternoon, we've got the Houston Texans against the New York Jets. New York Jets not having a good year. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a lot of positions this year. Houston looking really strong, coming off a loss. We've got Houston on the road right now. They're 6.5-point favorites. I tell you what, I don't often do this, guys. I don't usually do this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have a lead pipe lock on this one. Second lead pipe lock of the week. Second game, second lead pipe lock. You heard it first. A decade long. Keep following me, you guys. Ryan's Football Picks, Week 15, 2018-2019. Take Houston minus the points. And what is the reason for that? I'm going to show you right here. We're going to click on Houston's roster right here. Going to scroll a little bit. I'm going to show you a guy right here. His name is Christian Covington, okay? The man's got 5 tackles, 6 assists, 3.5 sacks, okay? Kind of a quiet year. He doesn't see the field a whole bunch. But tonight he's going to have 11 sacks, ladies and gentlemen. I've got an insider tip. I'm sharing it with you. 11 sacks tonight for Christian Covington. Guys, take Houston minus the points. That's a lead pipe lock. Game number 3, Cleveland against Denver. Both teams struggling this year. Cleveland having a better year than a lot of people expected them to have. Okay, they're finding their way. Looks like they have the quarterback of the future. Now on the road against Denver. Denver is only favored by 2.5 points, and that really says a lot, guys. That really says a lot. And had a phone call with somebody in Cleveland this morning, and he gave me some insider tips. I'm going to give you a little roster information that's going to make the difference in this game. The reason why we're going to pick the way we're going to pick, okay? We're going to go right down here. Where's he at? Kyle Callis, ladies and gentlemen. He's a guard, okay? 6'4", 306 is what he's listed at. I've got the news this morning that he could not take a dump in the past 3 weeks. The man is constipated. He hasn't taken a dump in 3 weeks. He's going to be on the sidelines. He's going to be just wishing the whole time that he doesn't get in the game because he feels so uncomfortable, okay? He's a backup. But guess what, guys? Guess what? I think he's going to end up getting in this week. And he's going to play so poorly, you're not going to want to take the Browns. You're going to want to take the Denver Broncos minus the points. And I usually don't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp that with the lead pipe lock, ladies and gentlemen. Lead pipe lock. Take Denver minus the points. You heard it here first. Ryan for silly reviews. On to the next game. Arizona Cardinals, disappointing year. They're playing at Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz. Now, wait a minute. Mercedes-Benz, Atlanta. I thought that was the Saints, Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Well, Mercedes-Benz is all over the place now. They have that Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and even though I think it is a whack place to play football, they do have those really good prices on concessions, okay? Now, who's going to win this game? Both teams don't have a lot to play for. Atlanta is a 10-point favorite, and I think that line's going to move up to somewhere around 12 by kickoff, okay? Guess what? Man, this is rare. This is rare, you guys. I usually don't do this. This is going to be a lead pipe lock. Take Arizona plus the points. I'm going to give you a little roster information here. Don't have to scroll too far for this one. My guy right here. That's Darrell Daniels, okay? He doesn't have any catches, yards, anything this season, but I tell you what, I got an inside tip. Expect a big game out of Darrell Daniels. He's probably going to put up something like 20 catches, 260 yards, and probably 4 touchdowns. Okay, you heard it here first. Ryan for silly reviews. Lead pipe lock. That's another lead pipe lock. Let's keep on moving. Keep on moving, keep on grooving. We've got Detroit and Buffalo both kind of sitting in purgatory. Not a whole lot to play for. Not the worst teams in the world, not the best. We're going to go scroll down. I'm going to show you somebody on Detroit's roster who's really going to be the deciding factor in this game, okay? And we're going to stop on Steve Longa, okay? Steve Longa. Now, this guy, he's got a nice beard. He likes to sport the headband with his little twisty goos at the top, okay? Now, word on the street is he's been thinking long and hard about this game, and he really wants to play. I heard that if he doesn't get playing time in this game, he's going to punch the coach. He's going to get in. Expect it to happen by the middle of the second quarter. With that said, he gets about 14 sacks this game. Detroit's going to win it easily. Landslide victory. Take Detroit plus the points against Buffalo. Man, I don't often do this, but I tell you what, go ahead and lead pipe lock this one, okay? Next game up. Who do we have? We've got Green Bay, very disappointing year, coaching turnover. What is Aaron Rodgers doing with the later half of his prime of his career? Going up against Chicago, that's a division rival. Okay, Chicago's looking solid this year. Chicago at home, 6-point favorite. I really thought they'd be more than a 6-point favorite, and that line might move. And I tell you what, when you're at Soldier Field, you got to play like a soldier. Okay, tell him I told you. Ryan with another lead pipe lock. I barely ever do this. Take Chicago minus the points. Don't be afraid if that line moves to -7 or even -8 points. You want Chicago. I don't always do this, guys, but guess what? Lead pipe lock that daddy, okay? Moving on to the next game. We got Oakland, Cincinnati. Oakland, Chucky is the head coach. They're not performing too well this year. 3-10, they're coming off a win, okay? They're playing up against the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Cincinnati, they're a 3-point favorite. So this should be a pretty close matchup, and I tell you what, there's one guy on here on this Cincinnati roster that you really need to look out for. He's going to make the difference. I know you thought I was going to stop on A.J. Green, but he's not the difference maker in this game. No. I'm going to get to him. Who's it going to be? We're looking for him. There he is. There's the name you need to know right there. That's Jordan Willis. Jordan Willis got 11 tackles this year, 5 assists, 1 sack. Big game. Expect it from Jordan Willis. I'll tell you what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to go ahead and lead pipe lock this one right here. He's going to have about 14 sacks. Probably going to have 20 to 21 solo tackles, another 10 assists. Cincinnati minus the points. Lock it up. Lead pipe lock it. Big money maker right there. Moving on to the next one. Dallas Cowgirls versus the Indianapolis Colts, okay? Colts at home. 3-point favorites. Okay? I've got a parlay for you guys. And I tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and lead pipe lock this parlay, okay? Dallas at Indy. Indy right now, losing 3 points. They're a 3-point favorite. You're going to want to take Dallas plus the points in this game. And look at that over-under at 47.5. Tell you what, take the over. Get the parlay and get paid, ladies and gentlemen. That over-under, it could go as high as 50. Still bet the over. Big time scoring. We're talking about Dak, okay? We're talking about Ezekiel. We're talking about Jason Witten, okay? Michael Irvin, okay? Dat Win. Big games coming up. Big games. Absolutely. That's a lead pipe lock. Now, in this game right here, Miami against Minnesota. Minnesota, big favorite at home. This is surprising. They're 7.5-point favorites at home against a team with a winning record in Week 15. Very bizarre. And that stood out to me. And that's why I made it a lead pipe lock. Lead pipe lock this daddy right here. You're going to want to take Miami with the points, okay? They're going to get a big bonus. Right now it's at 7.5. You might see it go to 8.5. You might see it go to 9, okay? Miami is the lead pipe lock of the week this week, okay? Lead pipe lock A of the week this week. Miami with the points over Minnesota. You heard it from Ryan of Silly Reviews. Moving on to the next game. Tennessee Titans trying to hang on, trying to get a playoff spot against the Giants. Giants, got the Manning thing. What are they going to do with this guy? Is he going to be back next year? It seems like we've been hearing this for the past 2 years now. Guess what? The Giants actually a 1.5-point favorite at home. Don't believe the hype. This is going to be lead pipe lock of the week 1B right here. I rarely ever have multiple lead pipe locks. Lead pipe lock, Tennessee Titans. And the reason for it, well, New York, just not that good of a team, and Tennessee is better, and they have something much more to play for. They have playoff hopes and playoff aspirations, okay? Lead pipe it. Okay, now, moving on right now, we've got Washington, so disappointing, 4-game skid at 6-7, playing at Jacksonville, who's having the most disappointing season of a team I can think of in a long time. Spent a lot of time this morning just drinking my coffee, dropped a deuce, rubbed one out. The whole time I was thinking about this game. Why is Jacksonville a 7.5-point favorite? Why? And I cannot give you an answer except for because Washington's on such a skid? Because Washington lost their quarterback? But Washington has Adrian Peterson, and I tell you what, the 33-year-old Adrian Peterson, I have it on good intelligence, and you can lead pipe lock this as a prop bet. Adrian Peterson, over 400 rushing yards this week. Lead pipe lock it. Take Washington with the points, with the big points. Parlay it. Got yourself big winnings right now. Now, Tampa Bay, still having a quarterback controversy against Baltimore. Baltimore benching their quarterback. Can you believe Flackwad is going to get benched? Incredible stuff here. This is an interesting season. What are we going to do about this? 7.5 points for Baltimore. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That over-under, I don't like that either at 46.5. I think those numbers are they're really spot on. It kind of puts you on the fence. Could go either way. Feels like a 50-50. But I tell you what, whenever I see a 50-50, I feel like it's a lead pipe lock. Give me Tampa Bay. Give me Fitzmagic coming back in at some point in the game to throw for about 700 yards. And it's going to be a lead pipe lock. Tampa Bay Buccaneers over Baltimore. In Baltimore, take the points. All right, now, as if you haven't made enough money at this point, we're going to go ahead. We're going to move into the afternoon games on Sunday. Now, you've got Seattle finishing off the season strong, or so it appears, against San Francisco, who even though San Francisco had some magic at the beginning of the season, things don't look so magical for them. On the road, Seattle is the 3.5-point favorite. I really think Seattle is going to blow San Francisco out. How confident am I in that? We're going to go ahead and lead pipe lock it. We're going to lead pipe lock Seattle minus the points on the road against San Francisco. Easy win, big money maker for you, ladies and gentlemen. The other afternoon game, okay? New England and Pittsburgh. This should be a really good matchup. New England doesn't seem bulletproof at all this year. Pittsburgh, they look great one game. They look terrible the next game. So we look at what Vegas is telling us right now. We've got New England on the road, 2.5-point favorites. I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. Did a lot of work, did a lot of research on this. I did a little praying about it. And I don't often do this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull out the highlighter. Mark this one down as a lead pipe lock. We're going to take Pittsburgh at home, getting some points. Now, by kickoff time, it could be 3 points. It could be 4 points. It could be 1 point. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I know where my money's going. Pittsburgh Steelers, lead pipe lock it. Take whatever points they get. Take it to the bank. Cash it. Moving on to the Sunday evening game. Philadelphia on a very disappointing year. They're talking about shutting down the quarterback for the rest of the season, going up against the Rams, who I've only looked vulnerable a time or two this season. In fact, their record reflects that at 11-2, okay? Rams at home after a loss. They're 11.5-point favorites against the Eagles. I think internally the Eagles, even though they're not mathematically eliminated, I feel like there's some give up over there. The reason why I feel like there's some give up is because I look at this player photo on the Eagles roster, okay? We're going to go ahead and pull up a young man by the name of Jason Kelsey, okay? Now look at this guy. That's a painful smile in this picture, and I think that really tells it all. I think that tells you that on the outside, he's forcing himself to seem positive because you're never supposed to give up, but on the inside, it's a broken man. It's a broken man. And after I saw that photo, after I saw this spread, I got really confident. And I decided to let Pipe lock it. Rams are going to win huge. They're going to blow. This is going to be a barn burner. They're going to blow the doors off this daddy. Look for the Rams to win by about 60 points in this game. Let Pipe lock it. Rams minus the points over the Eagles. We're wrapping up Week 15, NFL season 2018-2019 with what I believe is going to be a closer game than a lot of people think. It's the Monday night matchup. New Orleans is going to be on the road against Carolina. The earlier part of the season, Carolina looked like a team that was going to really put up a fight against New Orleans, really put up a fight for that number one seed in the NFC playoffs. Things they have changed, okay? And I believe my prediction for this game is going to be a lot closer than what the general consensus is, okay? We've got New Orleans right now 6.5-point favorites on the road in Carolina. To a lot of handicappers, to a lot of sports bet analysts, that would be an intimidating number. Okay, a lot of people they've already voiced their predictions on this game. My mouth is so dry. I'm about to voice my opinion on this one. I think the game's going to be a lot closer than what everybody else is saying. Go ahead, let Pipe lock this game. Not just because I'm a homer. Let Pipe lock, take New Orleans, minus the points. The total is going to be a lot closer than what people are saying it's going to be. I have it somewhere around Saints 99, Carolina 3. Let Pipe lock that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up your entire Week 15 of sports betting, whether it's for entertainment or you're in a state where it's legal, okay? Hope that covers me as well. Ryan for Silly Reviews. I've been Lead Pipe locking it for decades. This has got to be my 31st season of Lead Pipe locking. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I look forward to all the comments, all the praise, all the thanks from you guys about all the money that you're about to win. Come Tuesday morning, your pockets should be padded, okay? Should be padded. So tune in next time. Don't forget to come back and thank me. I'm Ryan for Silly Reviews.